Okay, so we're at 3:01, everybody. Everybody hear me okay?
Yep.
All right. I think we're still missing Laurel.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, the pictures were such a pain.
Well, they came through eventually, or at least
I resent them to you, but the Google, my Gmail, because the pictures were large, I guess the Gmail converted them to Google Drive links, which then required me to authorize for each picture every time somebody wanted to look at it, which was decidedly annoying.
yeah.
I just want everybody to see them. Yeah,
You have an iPhone?
huh?
You have an iPhone, Bill?
Yeah.
Wait, when you send an email, you can set how big it is when it's going out, and you can make them, whatever.
Correct. I'm aware of. I don't use Gmail as an app on the iPhone. I just use the Mail app on the iPhone, which allows me to size them. But I did not send that from my iPhone. I sent that from the laptop, which is where the pictures live.
Oh, okay. Because I always send pictures from my iPhone because of that.
Well, I didn't take the pictures with the iPhone. I took the pictures with the DSLR.
A real camera?
Yeah. So.
Oh.
Well, it's not that real. It doesn't have film in it. It has a memory card.
Yeah, but that's such a pain. My gosh.
Yeah, but you can do stuff with it you can't do with the iPhone.
This is true.
Laurel's with us now, so
Okay.
I think we're at full complement.
All right. The gang's all here. This is the special meeting of the Water Commission of Harpers Ferry. Until further notice, the Corporation of Harpers Ferry's governing and deliberative bodies will hold meetings and/or hearings virtually via Zoom webinar, which provides for public participation during a public comment period when applicable and when posted on the agenda. Alternatively, the public may watch meetings by YouTube video live stream or listen by telephone. These options comply with the Open Governmental Meetings Act. The Zoom webinar link to participate in town meetings and/or hearings can be found on the meetings and events calendar at https://www.harpersferrywv.us/calendar.html. Visit.
Bill, for your, you can stop. I'm not trying to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I thought you were totally done, but I heard the other night we just have to read the first paragraph.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I hate reading out loud. I hate reading URLs out loud. Anyway, this meeting is called to order at 3:04 p.m. This should be pretty quick. We've got the first order of business, I think, is discussion and action on the Elks Run bid package, which is voluminous with detail, and Christy has shepherded this through. And we don't need to go through the whole kit and caboodle. I think our attorneys reviewed it, so that's the big hurdle. Christy.
Well, I just had one thing I need to add, because when I sent it out to everybody, I forgot to send out section 700 and also the three bond documents. There's no change to those from what we did for the treatment plant. And Hoy did get them. I got them to him, so there's no problem on that. But I forgot to send it out. And they're now in it for when it goes to the council after our meeting. I'm going to put all the things together. Chris recommended that I do that. I'm going to put them all into one PDF.
Christy, the three documents you're talking about, are those the ones that are they exactly like the ones we had done before, or?
Correct.
Okay.
They're exactly what we had done for the treatment plant bid. No change to those. Well, I take that back, because the 700 standards may have had an American Iron and Steel paragraph stuck in it
Yeah,
That's out because federal money is not involved here.
okay.
And the other three are bid bond, payment bond, and performance bond. They're all 600. And they're all the exact same thing as we had before. It's straight out of that the engineering thing that made all these things standard.
Okay.
The
Um,
DCD.
So I want to say thank you for the detailed review of these forms and permits and everything that, and that you caught the changes that would be putting them in line with what this project is all about. So that was a big job, and thank you very much.
And Bill found something that was stuck in by the USDA that didn't go anywhere, and we're just taking it out.
Oh, yeah, what, that
Yeah.
was,
In 800, where it talks about a owner's site rep.
yeah, actually,
what was that?
Deb caught that.
Yes.
And we already dealt with the AIS concern.
Right,
There was, what happens with these massive uniform documents, it's like if you imagine a bank of shelves with little stacks of documents for each kind of situation, they're all pre-drafted, and it's quicker to pull them, whatever you need off the shelf, assemble it into a document, and then just tweak that to the particular deal at hand. And that's very common in construction. But sometimes there are vestigial things that get overlooked
yeah.
that were relevant in some other deal but aren't relevant in this one. And so that happens. There's a lot here. I mean, I've got the conformed documents for the Alvarez deal, and there's like 1,300 pages to that.
Wow.
And which is I've been swimming in all day to kind of compare and see what else is in there, and and then every time we have a contract question, I got to go dig through all that and find the relevant places. Otherwise, though, the only other thing I think that I mentioned is that I think because it's very unlikely that even if we got this all through and done and approved, no problem, on the 7th, and got our bid advertisement out, once they came back on the 23rd, I don't think we have enough time to get the town council and the engineers and everybody to review the bids sufficiently to be able to present them to the town council before July. So I recommend we bump everything a week, just so we have more time to tweak anything if we find something, or if the town council has any concerns.
To bump it up a week.
Yeah, so we'll put it before this June 7th meeting, and then we'll make the deadline for the bid the bid period closing will be the 30th of June.
because we could have the legal ad, but we've given them 14 days. That's what Chris recommended, which ended up on the 23rd, but only if the council makes no changes whatsoever. I was just anticipating what is the best case, and this would be the best case, but it also means that we have our legal ad in before town council even does anything on Monday, because their deadline is 3 o'clock on Monday for their
Right.
Wednesday paper.
I don't see, I mean,
But I originally had it for the 30th. So
Yeah.
someone said best case, and okay, I'll make it best case.
no, I'm with you, because we're trying to be as quick and efficient as possible. But I think bumping the legal ad until after a lot of this is it's not a formality to go through the town council, but they've seen most of this, but I think it's an important step to keep them in the loop on a project in-house that's of this scale.
I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying that I was kind of got the vibe that we were looking for the best, what do they call it? That if everything went smoothly, this would be the fastest we could do it. And so I did that. And then, but it's like, I wasn't.
No, I appreciate that. I didn't think you were like married to that date or anything.
Yeah.
I just.
So what are the dates now? So it's got, it'll go in front of the town council meeting on June 7th, but when are you aiming then for? But there will be no, will we be making a decision at that time to?
Yeah, the
Well,
town council would.
If the town council approves it, we're green light go. If the town council has any questions and we find anything, in between now and then that needs a tweak or a correction or whatever, we'll do that. But other than that, we're ready to go. If the town council says yes, then this stuff can go out the door, as early as June 8th. But I figured June 30th is a good day to have everything wind up. That gives us time to process. And
So is June 30th part of Christie's best case scenario or?
no, it's a
or
week.
bump-
It's best case plus 7 days.
Okay,
What? I had that the bids were due back in 14 days, which would have been the 23rd. Having the bids, if we have the bids due back on the 30th, that either gives them an extra week or we're going to be getting the ad in a week later. I don't know which might happen. We don't know until the council does their thing.
Right. So it's, we're just not going to file anything before the ad before the town council meets. And that,
okay.
once the town council okays it, then it's, then we can pick our,
Okay, what date, best case scenario, would be the legal ad appearing, and what date bumping it up a week would it be appearing?
It has to go, be in their hands on a Monday by 3 p.m. You can tweak it slightly, which is why we could do it before the council meeting. Tweak it slightly, but you can't tweak it a lot. Now, making it the next week makes it easy, because then they will get it, assuming the council acts on Monday, they will get it, but it will be, finalized for them for the following week to go in.
Which is the 20th, it'll appear in the Spirit on the 23rd?
No,
no, it'll be the 14th.
yes.
Oh, right. Yes, okay.
Yeah, but they
And
would
then that-
get it by the 14th at 3 p.m.
And then end of business on the 30th will be the day to receive bids. And that gives us a little bit of time without really slowing us down.
Yeah, is it
Gotcha.
end of business or is there a time?
Well, if they're submitting them electronically, I don't care if it's midnight.
Yeah, I have 4:30 p.m. local time.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever the time.
Yeah,
That's kind of close of business for town hall.
for
so-
us it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 14th for the legal ad and the 30th for the bid deadline.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I noticed, I'm trying to turn my video on, sorry. I noticed that, I think that it say by mail or, will you have PO box? Okay, so you're not concerned particularly the method in which it is received,
No,
the
they,
bids.
if
It's
they
not
figure out a way to submit the whole bid to us electronically, or they
Okay.
attach it to the town hall door with a large dagger, I don't care. Whatever, as long as they get it to us on
So
time.
colorful, okay.
Come to your
Let's hope
office.
not. Makes a lot extra work for me.
It doesn't say they can submit it electronically, does it?
It doesn't say that, but that's okay. I mean, like with the other bid, they would just drop it off, but it doesn't say also 1000 Washington Street. So, that was my only thought there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I could add that.
I
in,
think
but
you
we would prefer that, I mean, this is a smaller deal. We would prefer that they actually do it electronically. It's only that they only submit those documents they're required to submit.
Well,
So-
if you,
go ahead. If we do it
need to-
electronically, I just don't know where to send it.
yeah,
Well, you need to put 1000 Washington Street because it says,
All right, I'll add that address in that they're dropping, if they're physically dropping it off.
yeah, fix that opening paragraph.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you should also make a distinction with the mailing address, because if they,
right.
with the mailing address is this, just because we don't want someone
Yeah,
sending it in and it gets lost and then they said, well, how come you didn't consider our bid?
We had that in the other one, so I'll go look how the other one was done and duplicate it. We did have a public opening, which we're not gonna have.
right.
Chris said there's no point in doing it for a tiny project like this. Yeah.
Gotcha, thank you.
What does the public opening, is that tied to size of the project or cost of the project?
He says like, when it's really huge, it's not unusual to have a public opening so that everybody can see what all is intended. But that public opening was huge because it had all these alternatives, whole mess of numbers had to be read off. And
Right.
he I guess he assumed that most people wanted to know what all the numbers were. And yeah. But he says on something like this, it is not normal to have a public.
Yeah, I think it was because it was a complex, large and complex
Mhm.
project.
But there's not in the public procurement statute, there's no requirement for, okay.
No.
Okay. Okay, so we've got that squared away. That looks good.
So, are there any other questions or proposed changes, concerns? Do I hear a motion?
Christie?
I move that we, oh God, what's the wording? I move that we, where's your agenda? I move that we recommend to the town council approval of the Elks Run bid package as modified, period.
Yeah,
That you recommend to the town council on the June 7th meeting.
Right. Yeah. What, do I have to say their date for their meeting?
Well,
Okay.
It would,
But we might want to say Elks Run and in parentheses, 8-inch main. Into parentheses, bid package, because all the way through, I've called it the 8-inch main.
yeah,
You know, so,
okay, okay.
put that in your motion and
okay, well, I move that we recommend approval to the town council of the Elks Run parentheses, 8-inch main and the parentheses, bid package as modified. If you want the words as modified,
Well, yeah, no.
I'll be modifying for what
you
date.
recommend to the town council at the June 7th meeting.
You have to say the June 7th meeting?
Well, you should because it's otherwise,
Okay, a June 7th meeting, so it makes it very clear.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll add that, yeah.
okay. All those,
We need a second.
oh yeah, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Christie.
Sorry, I couldn't unmute in time to vote for it.
So, just following up on this, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Christie, so we've sent to town council to give them something earlier this week, the email with all the documents in it that you had already sent in. So you're gonna make the modifications now?
Yes, I'm gonna make the modifications
Okay.
and I'll be putting them all into one PDF.
Nice, okay. And then, because we're now to the weekend and the town council meeting is on Monday, could you also send that to the council and Kevin and the mayor to
Okay.
say that you've updated these things and highlight the things that you changed from what we already gave them,
Okay,
so that they know, if they've already gone through it, so they know what's going on.
alrighty.
And Deb, do we have a place saver for this on the agenda already?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's on there. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. And we've already sent them what Christie already formulated. So,
We're gonna update their packet.
right,
Okay.
right.
So, yeah, we laid the groundwork already.
Right.
Thank you.
So we just gotta get them to vote. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Next item is discussion and action on the sludge hauling for the upper sedimentation basin. And it's my understanding this was scheduled to happen on the 3rd. So, but it's a $1,200 ask. And so basically what we decided, and I think we've talked about this already a little bit, but the sludge that came out of the upper sedimentation basin was a significant amount, such that it would take some 30 odd trips with our dump truck. It was much more cost effective and less wear and tear on our equipment and the property of the dumping site if we made less trips. So we engaged Ron Smoot to use a very large dump truck to haul it for us for a cost of approximately $1,200. Chris, is that correct?
Yes, it is. We were going to do it on Thursday of this week, and
Okay.
because of the rain, we decided to do it this coming Tuesday. Oh,
Okay.
and one other thing, real quick, if anybody wants dirt, they are more than welcome, and we will load it up on your truck. Feel free to come by and pick it up.
Now, how many trips will Ron have to make?
So that's a 20, I think that's a 20-yard dump. Is that, am I saying, it's not 20-yard, it's a 10-yard truck. So I'm gonna say, 7, 8, 10 trips.
Wait, 10 yards? You said 5 before. Is it 10?
No, I'm pretty sure it's 10. I'm pretty sure it's 10.
Oh, that's
But
great.
I'm not 100% because I can get, my guys can get a 5-yarder.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
2 and 5 before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has a big one.
Okay.
You think his is 10 yards, huh?
But he's pretty, I told him exactly how much it was, and he told me 7 or 8 trips. So he's been doing this for a while, so he would know.
So the 1,200 is for all of the trips. It's
Yes.
just a flat fee.
Yeah, well, he's given me a guesstimate,
Well, but that's all that he is asking for that work. So he's not going to come back and say it took longer, is he? I mean,
I asked him, and he said between $1,000 to $1,200. I mean, it was all word of mouth.
Okay.
But
Well-
we're just looking at it, and it's dirt, and it looks like it's going to be, but it wasn't analyzed and scrutinized and stuff. We were just it looks like it, so I'm pretty confident that's what it's going to be.
How does he charge? Does he charge per trip or?
He charges by the day, so the truck would be used all day.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
then I think we're probably safe doing do we want to do $1,200 or do we want to do like $1,400 to cover?
Just be safe, just in case some stupid thing happens.
Well,
so it sounds like it's actually may not be $1,200. So we could say a maximum of $1,200 because you said
Well-
1,000 to 1,200.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's construction. And there's always that possibility of the oops factor. So,
Right. Well, that's why he gave a range, 1,000 to 1,200, right? Because
I think a maximum of 1,200 would match what he told you.
that's fine. That's fine. I guess, after everything I've seen here, I'm just a little cautious. That's all. It's
Okay.
construction. That's all I got to say. It's construction, guys.
Is this all of the sludge that, is there any sludge left after this? I guess.
Yes, there is. There's the major sludge. This is just the minor sludge.
well, this will get rid of all the sludge from the upper sedimentation basin.
Yes.
It does not have anything to do with the toxic sludge that's been accumulating for 30 years in the 2 lower sludge basins.
I've got it. I get it. So they needed this to be empty so that they could find out its square footage, and they can't do it unless they actually empty
They're
it.
installing a equipment at the bottom, machinery to scoot the bottom along. It's a paddle wheel and.
Yeah, they already got the pipes in.
there.
Yeah.
They're putting in a new sedimentation basin.
Okay, understand.
It'll be more mechanized.
Yeah.
There's even a sludge remover, so it has paddle wheels that actually removes the sludge, so in the future, this will never happen again.
Okay.
Right. So, I move that we recommended the town council to approve engaging the services of R&S Excavating to remove and haul the upper sedimentation basin sludge for a cost not to exceed $1,200.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Right.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Can I ask a question pertaining to the bidding process? I tried raising my hand before. Or is that too late?
Well, is it a general, how does it work question, or is it deal with the documents?
It's just a general question about the invitation. I've been reading up on it, and it says about the invites. I mean, I know that we have the ad, but we also have the right for invitation. And I just wanted, the only question I have is, I have four invites I would like to get on to do that, and I just want you guys to walk me through when that time comes, exactly how I'm going to do that.
Well, once the town council has approved this and the ad started on its way, that's a good question, because if we put the ad in on the following week, a week later, then my guess is that there might be, I don't know if there's a requirement. Would Deb know?
Well,
If you can in advance of the ad, send out something. I just don't know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I do not know, but I would not think that would be fair.
Yeah,
My mind,
no.
Right.
no, I'm not asking to. I'm not
Maybe
asking
I
to
don't
be-
understand the question, but I
Yeah.
don't think that until it is published, I don't see how you could give it to someone.
I'm not asking that question. That's
Well,
not my question. My question is when it's approved and this is all ready, I just want to make sure that I invite 4 people. So I just want to make sure that they're a part of it and that they see the ad. It says in the bidding process that you can invite people.
Yeah.
Right. You can direct people. What I would recommend to keep this on the up and up is, once the ad goes live in the Spirit, then if there are vendors that you think aren't going to see the ad, you can recommend to them to please view our ad in the Spirit.
You can give the link to the
Yeah.
Spirit. They have all their legal ads in one spot.
Right.
And-
Okay. I just wanted to make sure exactly what I need. I just didn't want to do anything out of the,
Right.
Well, the problem with inviting is, like, if we sent them a letter that said, please review this, you start approaching the impression of favoritism,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's a big no-no in public bidding. So if you want to tell people about our ad, that's great. You can let them know, please view our ad at such and such.
And I was just going to say, in the suggestion of instruction to bidders, it talks about that you can invite as long as and with the ad. So that's what I was referring to. That's why.
All right. Well, why don't we convene on this particular question after we get the town council's approval, and then you and I can sit down and I can get a chance to look up what you're talking about and make sure we're not crossing any.
Document 0200.
All right. The other item we have, Barbara mentioned that we need to look into pursuing the infrastructure dollars that are being made available throughout the state, at least on the county level. And I don't know that we have, I don't have any new information on that.
Well,
But we do need to come up with a plan to chase it.
the Harper's Ferry is getting $120,000. And
Right.
there's 4 things it can be used for. The first 3 are for public health emergency with respect to coronavirus. The second one is to respond to workers performing essential work during the COVID-19 public health emergency. The third one is to provide government services to, I'm not really sure what that is, non-entitlement unit of local government. It has to do with COVID-19 public health emergency. And then the fourth one is to make necessary investments in water, sewer, or broadband infrastructure. So that's where we would want to focus. The money goes directly to the town, the towns, and the counties, and we have been allotted $120,000.
Okay.
So I imagine, and so I'm not really sure how the oversight of that money works, whether it is handled by the mayor and council to entertain bids, to entertain projects, or how that, whether there's instructions to govern how the money then is used and reported on.
So is the town council taking suggestions on this?
We haven't done anything in that regard.
When is the money going to be delivered?
Very soon. Let's see.
Or is it a matter of submitting receipts? How do they do it? How
Well,
do they do that?
I don't really know what the plan is for dispersing the
Okay.
money.
So I received some information from the state auditor's office about this particular allotment of money, and we are required to set up a special bank account for it, and we are required to have a special line item on our line, a budget line on it. And I have not received any follow-up information about when it will be arriving or about the specific uses, but they have told us that they will provide that information. And I believe that we are speaking of the same allotment
Yeah,
of
it's
money.
called, yeah,
Right.
the
It's
American
like the
Rescue.
rescue, right,
American
right.
Rescue
Right, so we
Bank.
knew that money was coming, and I do not have the document that you're referring to, Barb, so that would be cool if you could like email that to me, because that tells me a little
I
bit,
found it
but,
on Senator Manchin's website.
oh, nice, okay, yeah. But that's what I know about that money, and that's really gonna be, I mean, I think that the council will be able to decide what they want to do with it, as long as it falls into the parameters that were given, but I haven't received any more detail about it. But I know that the state auditor's office alerted us that it was coming, and those parameters that I just discussed.
Okay, thank you.
But I also heard that there was a lot of money that was out there, like Coy was talking about, that we could apply for and things like that. And I don't know anything about that. Does anyone?
I'm wondering whether that is the fund for the, that we've tried to get money for in the past. It's, I don't know if it's not a revolving fund, but
No, I think he was talking
No.
about what's coming up, but that
Yeah.
hasn't been approved yet, the rescue plan.
Yeah, I
Tony-
think it's more of the rescue plan. I think you have to ask for it though. And that's the part I think that we're trying to understand. That's
Right.
what I thought we were going to be talking about. Yeah.
And they're still working on that. The rescue.
Yeah,
plan.
but like Hoy said the other day that one of the municipalities near us was already preparing a presentation to somebody. And we don't even know who to, send
well,
that to.
the counties get money also. And
Right.
our county is looking at doing a study on broadband coverage. So maybe whoever
Our
you're
coun- our coun-
referring to might have been somebody making a pitch to the county.
I think the county's already doing a broadband study.
Yeah,
That's the one that person that, remember
They are.
yeah. They've given up on our water tower site, but they're looking at other places in the county because our water tower site presented too many difficulties.
Okay, it says here, to the extent practicable, each metropolitan city and county shall receive their first payment directly from the U.S. Treasury not later than 60 days after the date of the enactment of the American Rescue Plan, which was May 10th.
Oh, okay.
It's done by the house though.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, but smaller cities and towns, that would be us, should receive their funding through the state no later than 30 days after that date.
Okay, well, that's coming up.
Yeah.
But is this the 120,000 that we're getting, or is this something else?
It's the 120.
No, that's not very much. How much is Bolivar getting? They're getting more, I know
Well,
that.
they'll get more because this particular distribution is population based.
Right.
And but I still feel like there's another way to get other money that you have a specific project for and you go and you request it through this rescue program. And I just can't figure that out.
Well, Region 9 should be able to help us with that.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay.
I know the JCDA, which I'm on, has been also working on this.
So I would say to check with Jennifer Wishmeyer and see what she can tell us about any other money that's out that might be available outside of the American Rescue Plan.
Is there any thought about taking or asking for or applying for some of this money to pay for this 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 8-inch main bore that we've been talking about this meeting?
Well, I mean, yes, we would be, that would be one of the projects that we would, you know, that could be in the universe of projects that we make a specific request for. I don't know that we know enough to have divvied it up into what projects we're going to ask for yet.
Right.
But that would absolutely be on the table. How's that?
Okay. It just seems like the most important infrastructure project that we have that the town is now paying for, or that the water budget is paying for.
Yeah, yeah. And the any issues that the sewer people might have, they'd have to go to the county.
Right.
And
Well, and
the county is doing so.
$120,000 sounds just about right for the boring project. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah,
Sure does, yeah. I mean, you can make a case for that, easy.
yep. So anyway, are you going to communicate with Ms. Wishmeyer, Barbara?
I will, yeah, I'll make a note of that and do that. Let's see, today is Friday. And she might even be in the office a little today after we finish our meeting. So,
Hey, Barb, when you do that, could you ask her to offer us ideas both inside of the American Rescue Plan and outside of the American Rescue Plan? Because I do feel like I've heard that there is more money in the American Rescue Plan that is available for the asking, not just the 120 that we're getting.
yeah.
And I think when you had said before, you said other than the American Rescue.
Okay,
And when I made the mistake out, when I said rescue, I meant that the jobs one is the one that has not been approved by the Senate yet. That's a lot more money.
Oh, okay.
And that's the infrastructure one. That's the one that
Oh,
would be incredibly helpful.
right.
For whatever
Well-
infrastructure money flows downstream to the county or through the state or otherwise, we need to have our little grubby hands out.
Right.
Right.
So,
I keep hearing highways. I don't hear water. That's the only thing I keep on hearing in the, on the news. I'd like to hear water.
highways and airports and things like that are sort of the flashier end of infrastructure when they talk about it in the news, but infrastructure is a whole lot more than those things. And we are squarely in the most important heart of infrastructure projects with water. So I'm not worried about getting excluded because everybody's talking about highways. Although we do have a highway issue here where they're trying to prevent the mountain from squashing people on the highway, but that's a different endeavor. Anyway, is there anything else? I think we're done.
Yeah. Well,
thank-
one more thing, guys, I just to remind you, on June 10th at 10 a.m., we have a radio read, master meters coming here to do their presentation at the water plant, and I expect all you to be here.
Hey,
Okay.
Chris, I won't be able to be there because I promised Tanner Hayde that I'd represent the water utility at a PR meeting, at a PR gathering they're having at the Gapview Farm for safe water, Harper's, for the safe water
Okay.
stuff.
You get a pass, Barbara.
Okay.
I'll
Right, your
excuse
note.
you. I'll excuse you for that.
Is it going to be recorded? I could always look at it in the
I
week.
don't think so. I don't think Deb's gonna go through all that trouble.
Okay.
Are we gonna have is Cam Strupp gonna be also invited at some point?
Who?
Cam Strupp, that's the one.
I have not, I started to get a hold of them and I got so busy with everything else that I have not. Thanks for reminding me, and I will write that
I
down.
really would like to see their thing, because that was the one that Chris.
Yeah, I called the number once, and I think it was too late when we got done the meeting. The one guy that I wanted to talk to that Chris had given me as far as a reference. And I will call him back. I do have that number. So I will definitely do that. I'll put that on my Monday to-do list.
Okay.
But I completely forgot about that, to be honest with you. I called it and then,
Yeah, we
got busy.
Are we having a project up, what do you call it?
Project meeting?
When's the next project meeting?
They're on Thursday, right? Normally?
Yeah, well, we just had one, didn't we?
When's our next one?
It's every month, isn't it?
Every 2 weeks, we've been doing it every 2 weeks.
As needed, though. We had one on the 27th.
I don't have, the only thing that I got going on right now is, guys, is that sludge pit is my top priority, and I don't have any more information. I'm hoping next week I will. So, right now I've lowered I had a videotape for you that I was showing you what I was doing, but I've lowered the water down. I have the guys working full steam at it, but that's obviously not enough until we get a solution from United, which is, and also Chris Eckenrode has somebody for me as well. So I'm still, this is top priority, and until I have a solution, I will not rest.
Okay, and my birthday is the 17th, and I will not be in town.
Oh, 49, 29.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We got done what we needed to get done, and we'll
I
be.
have a question. I was just reading what Christie sent out. So this new email address, Harpers Ferry Water Commission @gmail.com. Who?
We only used for the last one, the last bid.
What?
It's not new. It's what we used in the last round of bidding.
Well, who accesses that account?
I do.
Okay, so you're the one. You're the only one who keeps up with that.
And it comes up on my iPhone whenever there is an email coming to it, and I see it right away.
Okay, just wondered. I hadn't heard about that before. Thank you.
Okay.
Can we actually get in? I mean, can we get the app where we can actually, we can get that on our phone, Christy? Or
You can get, if you have an iPhone, you can get all your emails on your phone.
All right. Well, we're not the Genius Bar, folks. So thanks, Deb. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
Second. All those in favor?
Okay, bye.
Thanks, everyone.
good job, guys.
Have a nice weekend.